Hey guys, welcome to this week's Survivor Chat.
This is Millennials versus Jenks, and it's episode 11.
Oh, this episode was so emotional. I cried so much. It was crazy.
Hannah's got survivor's guilt because Jessica wanted to vote Hannah out,
but she didn't. And then they had to go to Rocks, and then Jessica went home.
David wanted you to go to Rocks.
Thanks a lot, Brett.
All right,
but the sides are very clearly drawn right now.
Oh yeah. Zeke is thrilled that he survived, and
he's like, yeah, I got my final 5. I'm going to the end. I'm gonna win this shit.
I got Jay, and I got Zeke, and I got Brett, and I got Sunday, and I got me.
And Will.
And I said
you
Will.
Said Zeke already.
Oh.
I was waiting to see where that was gonna go wrong.
I got 2 Zekes.
That's all right. But yeah, he's feeling really confident right now, and immediately I was like, no, because you know that's always the kiss of death.
Well, you know who's feeling great? Ken. He got a little surprise stuffed in his sack.
It was like Christmas morning, and he had a little present in his stocking.
Oh wow! Look at this from my Jessica friend.
Aww. Yeah. So
Jessica
now he has
willed him the legacy.
Legacy. I said legacy. All right, it's time for the reward challenge. Let's just jump right into it.
It's an obstacle course for love.
There's a big reward here. Their loved ones are there. They all come out one at a time, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're so good.
Everyone's mom have cancer. It seemed like there were multiple cancer moms, and
that's just because so many people get cancer now, and it sucks, and it's awful, and freaking F cancer. But anyway,
this was so emotional.
It was.
It was emotional.
Yeah.
And Adam, when he was hugging his brother,
he made an announcement. He was like, all right, as you guys know, I have this advantage to take a reward from somebody, but I just want to let everyone know that I will not be using it on this challenge because that would just be too messed up to steal away
somebody's loved one.
Yeah, with somebody else's loved one.
Everybody lost their shit. It was amazing. All right. The reward is barbecue at the special Survivor picnic table.
You're going to bring your loved one back to camp. Yeah.
They didn't get to stay overnight, though. They just got to stay for the food.
I mean, that's still pretty good.
I know. I like when they have them stay overnight, though. I think that's pretty cool. And they're all like, oh, man, you people smell like pigs and you eat like garbage.
When Sunday kissed her husband, I was like, oh, that must have not tasted good.
Oh, that's terrible. You know what? He probably didn't even care.
I know, whatever. But anyway, it's time for the challenge. They gotta, follow the rope through the obstacle course, and they have to, throw their freaking bodies around these obstacles.
They had to dig in the sand under this log, and, Ken and
Adam got
stuck.
That was scary.
terrible.
I thought they were gonna have to freaking rescue him from that.
I know, because he was I didn't know if he could get in or out. All right, so Jay blew through it.
I had a feeling it would be either Jay or Ken, and it was Jay.
Well, Ken and Zeke were pretty ahead.
You know who surprised me? Hannah.
Yes.
She was doing really well in this challenge.
Hannah did do really well, but you know what? Hannah had an advantage too because she's really tiny.
I guess.
So especially the sand, she could have busted out of there pretty quickly because she's like a little mouse. She could squeeze through those, small spots.
All right. Well, Jay gets to bring his sister back to camp, and Jeff is like, well, it wouldn't really be a barbecue with just 2 people, right?
So pick somebody else.
So he's like, well, everybody's just there
yeah.
Yeah. So Jay says, I made a promise to somebody really early on. So he picks Will to join him. Will and his mother, right? His mom was there.
From Jersey. All right.
Then Jeff is like, well, why did you pick someone else?
Sunday.
So Sunday and her husband going to the barbecue.
He's getting more of a taste of that deliciousness. All right, and then
one more.
What? And this is where everybody totally lost it. They were like, and he picks Adam.
Yeah, and his reasoning was he really respected when Adam was like, I'm not going to steal the reward. Yeah. So he said, you know what, you could have very easily done that. You didn't. I respect that. come and join us.
Join in.
Yeah, so Adam and his brother join in the barbecue.
Yes, so at the reward, Jay totally says how much he respects Adam again.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam finds out from his brother that his mom is not doing so well. They had to stop her treatment, which is terrible,
It's really
but
sad.
it's great that
She's getting stronger.
Yeah. And she's not only getting stronger, she's getting stronger from Adam being on the show.
Oh my God.
Because they love Survivor so much.
This part was so sad and emotional.
The
and
whole episode was like that.
I mean, at the same time, it was very uplifting,
Yeah.
but it was emotional.
Yeah. So Adam decides, you know what? You did okay by me. I'm going to give you the advantage.
Well,
Which-
you should say who he gave it to. He was talking to Jay.
To Jay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyway, I was thinking, well, that's on the surface something very nice.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it's the kiss of death.
Well, I don't know about the kiss of death now, but
You have this advantage, which seems like it's a good thing, but then when you go to use it, everybody's going to say, oh, you're a freaking idiot.
But I
You're
feel
an
like
asshole."
now that it's more out in the open, it's not as big of a deal. When it first came out that Adam had it, everybody was like, oh my God, that's messed
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But I think they were also grouchy about the food at the time.
Well,
but now that, you know,
maybe
Jay
now
got
that
it.
the loved one thing is out of the way, and if you like steal something stupid like a spa treatment or something, maybe people will be like,
Don't
oh
be
well.
poo-pooing the spa. All right, but anyway, it was nice to see Jay and Adam getting along for a little while.
Yes.
Because they're
Alright.
usually like, "Meh."
So this little meeting on the beach, and it's the five without Will.
Yeah,
and they're
so
like,
it's kinda
hey,
weird.
David's like, hey, look over there. That's your group, isn't it? Without you.
Mm-hmm. And Will's like, you know what? I'm thinking it's time to make a big move here. He wants to build up his Survivor resume for if he makes it to the end.
Exactly. That's a smart move. So he says, I'm gonna take out Zeke. Because guess what? If Zeke's in the finals, he's gonna beat everyone.
I definitely would agree with that. I think
Absolutely.
he's definitely up there.
So he makes a temporary alliance. This whole season was very temporary.
Well, it's the same thing we've seen in the past few seasons with the whole voting block thing.
Yes.
You know, it's week to week. So he
Yep.
says he's going to vote with them, and they're all like, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
But we got to see how this immunity challenge
With
goes.
who? With David and Adam.
We were already talking about. Nice try.
All right. Well, it's time for the immunity challenge. This one was brutal.
Oh my God. It was an endurance challenge, but this one was like
I've never
forearms.
seen one like this before. You have a bar with a friggin' weight on the bottom of it. It looked like a nasty ass one-sided Q-tip made out of metal.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you have to hold it with these two handles. So you could either push it in or you could pull it out,
You had to have some tension on it.
but you gotta hold that until you die. And
If you move even just a little bit, it's going to
it
fall.
slips. Yeah, because it's heavy.
Yeah, so when that thing falls and breaks your tiles on the floor, you're out.
David was out after like 4 seconds.
It was very fast, but he wasn't alone.
No, they were dropping like flies. Then we get down to like the final three, which was Ken, Adam, and Jay. And freaking Jeff was like, hey, it's been a whole 4 minutes.
Yeah, they're standing there looking like, and you'd think it had been at least half an hour.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, it's been 4 minutes now.
Yeah.
But for this challenge, like, that's a long
4
time.
minutes is like an hour. All right, so Ken dropped right after Jeff said that, and it just came down to Adam versus Jay.
These two again.
Jay was slipping, Adam was slipping, and Adam finally won.
Damn.
That was so
He was all
emotional.
like, "Yeah."
So they get back to camp, and the not five says, or David,
David's group.
no matter what anyone says, you vote for Zeke tonight.
And Hannah's like, yes. Did you notice during the challenge when Zeke was eliminated, David was like to Hannah,
Celebrating, yeah. Don't be too
keep it
obvious.
under wraps, man.
Yeah, but everybody knows anyway. All right, so Zeke wants David out. But now he's getting a little suspicious because David's group is acting really calm over there.
Yeah, no, and with this group especially, normally they're like,
Yeah, because they're all like, hyper and paranoid and...
Yeah, so they're like, why are you so freaking calm? What's that all about?
They
And then
think
he's like,
he's got an idol.
they're thinking he's got an idol, so Zeke is saying, we need to do something a little bit unexpected, so let's vote for
it up.
Ken.
Right. So, freaking Will goes and chats up Ken and is like, I'd really like to work with you. We should get rid of Zeke, blah, blah, blah.
He had already been telling that group that they were gonna vote. He was gonna vote Zeke with them.
Yeah, but he never really
wanted
spoke to Ken.
He wanted to solidify things with Ken, and Ken
Yeah.
is like, "Well, you gotta earn my trust and blah blah blah."
That was a little ridiculous.
Come on, man.
But then at the end, after they make the deal, at the end, he's like, "They're gonna vote you out. Bye, thanks."
Yeah, Will lets Ken know
Yeah, they're voting for you.
they're planning on voting you out, and Ken is just like, "Oh wait, what?" But then Ken goes freaking crazy.
What the hell did you do, Ken? You go to Jay and say, Will told me you're voting for me?
What are you doing?
Why would you do that? Who
He
does
says
that?
that he was testing Will. How is this testing him? Are you testing him to see if he'll come back to you after you kick him in the face?
That was so ridiculous.
I do not understand that logic at all. His whole group, Ken's whole group was just like, what the F did you just do?
At that point, I was just like, all right, goodbye, Ken.
I was like, you blew it, man.
You really
freaking
blew it. Goodbye. And I was like happy to see Ken go. And I was rooting for you. We were all rooting
It
for
was
you.
total Tyra Banks moment.
Oh my God. All right.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward to Tribal.
Okay.
There's two clear sides. Everybody knows it.
Will
it's
is
all
in the
out
middle.
in the open.
It's all about what he does tonight with his vote.
Yeah, who's gonna get the last chance for romance of Will? Will's pissed. He's like, wah, I'm an adult. I want to do things on my own.
He's trying to look
I
for
want
the side
credit for everything.
that's gonna like listen to him and do what he wants. He's having a little bit of like an ageist thing going here.
Because he's like the youngest by far.
I don't know about by far, but
to ever play Survivor.
yeah.
So he says the only person that he mutually respects is Jay.
Because Jay has been cool with him the whole time.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, you're a baby. Wait.
Yeah. All right, so it's time for the vote, and Adam plays the idol that he pulled out of his groin.
He pulled it out of his wiener.
He's like, all right, Jeff, you don't have to touch this. And Jeff is like, excuse me,
Jeff
I've
says,
touched
I'm
far
a
worse.
professional, okay? I'm a professional.
I will touch it. And yes, it is an idol.
Oh,
And
man.
Adam plays it for Hannah.
Oh, my God. This has totally been a season of playing your idol for other people.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. I love it.
And Zeke was voted out.
Oh, damn.
But the idol was a waste because Will, in the end, voted for Zeke anyway.
So he would have gone anyway, but it was crazy.
But who knew?
Yeah, they didn't know what he was going to do. He's been pretty unpredictable, especially after Ken effed it up.
Oh my God, Ken. So next time, Will tries to take over. Is this going to be the kiss of death for Will?
It could be.
He's getting a you freaking are getting voted out edit.
He's getting restless. I don't know.
Guys, let us know what you thought in the comments. And until next time,
Much love.
Edit.